How's it going, guys? I'm Jared from Avalanche Reviews, and welcome back to Trash Classics. Whoa, wait. Before you click that back button, I know Kane and Lynch is universally hated, but just hear me out. I have a couple of theories as to why this game got such a shitty reception. Okay, first off, to get into why this game is a trash classic, we're gonna have to delve into the events surrounding its release. Specifically this guy, Jeff Gerstmann, a game reviewer for GameSpot.com. On November 13th, Jeff released his review of Kane and Lynch Dead Men and crucified it, citing issues like buggy AI, bad control, and an uninteresting story. Shortly after his review hit the web, Mr. Gerstmann was fired from GameSpot, and a majority of the internet believes that this was due to the game's producer threatening to pull advertising from the site. Now, I can't comment one way or the other on this topic. EA may have been behind his termination, but it could have just as easily been due to his controversial reviews in the past. Needless to say, Jeff's termination caused a huge outcry over the web, and unfortunately, most people associated this game with his misfortune. This led to a criminal amount of bias against the game, and an unfair amount of animosity towards it. On this episode of Trash Classics, maybe I can convince some of you to give this underdog another look. In Kane and Lynch Dead Men, you play as Kane, an ex-mercenary turned family man on death row for manslaughter, and Lynch, a medicated psychopath prone to fits of psychosis and violence, also on death row allegedly for killing his wife. During a prison transfer, their truck is attacked by mercenaries, and Kane is forced to join in the escape.
What the fuck is going on?
I strongly advise you to do what you're fucking told.
Who the fuck are you to talk to me like that?
Lynch, who was in on the whole thing, is being paid to take Kane to his old comrades, the Seven, a group of criminal mercenaries and thieves. The Seven believes that Kane stole a huge amount of money from them. With Kane's wife and daughter in their custody, Kane strikes a deal.
I'm offering you a chance. Bring it all back and I'll let them go.
He will get the Seven's money and offer his own life for the release of his family. From here, Lynch is assigned to look after and help you recover the money. This sets up a dark and gritty story. I haven't had motivation like this in any other game I've ever played. Kane knows that he's gonna die, so the entire game is spent staying alive just long enough to save his family. Kane and Lynch aren't your typical main characters, and really stretch the definition of anti-hero. Both are criminals and murderers. You find yourself doing terrible things and hurting innocent people just to achieve your goal. But Kane never comes across as evil or maniacal. He's just trying to protect his family and is prepared to die for their safety. I really identified with this character and enjoyed his story. The graphics look pretty good for the time. Shadows could definitely benefit from a little softening, but fans of the Hitman series will find this game looks very familiar, as it was made by the same team and on the same engine. Much like Hitman though, it's not all great. But there are some scenes that look amazing and achieve this game's intended look perfectly. Voice acting is also really well done. Lines are gritty and generally well written.
I never thought they'd find you. It's gonna be okay, trust me. Jenny, please. Look at me.
Except for the occasional overuse of profanity. Shootouts in this game are tense as shit. They really remind me of the 90s heist movie Heat. There are frequent gunfights with the cops right in the middle of the street. There are also several shootouts that take place in crowded areas like a nightclub or a prison break. I found something in these areas that I don't think I've seen before. You can shoot innocent bystanders and the game neither rewards nor penalizes you for it. It kind of leaves the moral decision up to you and doesn't give any incentive one way or the other. I like this and found myself trying to avoid civilian casualties whenever I could. The emphasis being on whenever I could. Getting into cover can be tricky at first, as it's automatic, but after the first two missions this becomes second nature and rarely bothers you. There's also a squad control mechanic, but you can play through the whole game and never really use it. Kane and Lynch put you against odds stacked highly against you. Situations where there's so many cops and so little options that I actually found myself doubting I could get Kane through it. The game's AI could use some serious tweaking. Enemies often stand out in the open in the middle of crossfire. But this is balanced by their sheer number. Most missions don't have you trying to completely wipe out the opposing force, but simply surviving long enough to escape. The fact of the matter is, Jeff Gerstmann may have judged this game way too harshly. He brought up a couple of flaws that definitely needed to be addressed, but also made a lot of statements that in my opinion were just not true. Even though I disagree with Jeff's review, he didn't deserve to lose his job over it. But, despite his bad luck, I hope you'll try this game out and agree that for its crimes, it deserves its sentence of life as a trash classic. Thanks for watching, guys.